All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining the very first ever Christmas comedy concert by Dances with Words with author Richard Lederer and myself, Bill Shipper. And we welcome you and thanks for coming on. This is all about Christmas time. We're going to have some fun, some stories, some jokes, lots of jokes, and lots of songs, carols and novelty songs. And this song from 1951. Christmas time's a comin', Christmas time's comin', Christmas time's a comin', and I know I'm going home. Holly's in the window, home is where the wind blows, cane cones are running, Christmas time's a comin'. Can't you hear them bells a ringing, bringing joy? Don't you hear them singing? When it's snowing I'll be going back to my country home. Can't you hear them bells a ringing, bringing joy? Don't you hear them singing? When it's snowing I'll be going back to my country home. Back to my country home. Oh yeah, welcome. Thanks for joining again. We're gonna have a few Christmas stories now. What's about Christmas time, Rich Lederer?
The red berries, the blood that he shed. As with Hanukkah, ta-da! Yes. As with Hanukkah, the Jewish festival of lights that occurs in the same season, human beings yearn for stories of light shining down on them during the dead of winter, the darkest time of the year. And that's when people look for hope that brightness and warmth will return and life will go on. And our little concert here, we hope, will warm the cockles of your heart.
Awesome, awesome. And just welcome to those people that have just joined and wanted to say, let me know we're recording the show as of right now because I just remembered to push the recording button on. But we're recording, we'll get most of it there. And we're going to have people on mute. We'll keep you on mute there. And at some point, well, at the end of it, we'll have time to ask questions. But you could probably send a chat too if you want to ask something or have a special note there. So, and just to point out a lot of the material that we have from the show tonight is from the book, one of Rich's latest book, Treasury of Christmas Humor.
Mm-hmm.
And this is available, and we'll tell you, get a bit more information there, but my favorite, of course, is knock knock jokes, because that's my style, that's about my level there. So I'm going to start this off here now. It's a knock knock.
Who's
I
there?
knew you know the answer to that question. I knew you knew that it was knock knock. Honda.
Honda who?
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. All right.
And we'll get to the partridge in the pear tree later. You're going to learn, two turtle doves, whatever.
Yeah. So, two turtle doves. Oh, okay. I guess I did that out of sequence there. Let's start that again. Honda who? Honda, on the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Yeah.
Let's try again. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Hannah.
Hannah who?
Hannah partridge in a pear tree.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, we're going to find
That's
out
right.
more about that. What's that pear tree doing?
We are highly practiced, I'll tell you that. We've run this
Yeah.
through there. That's all.
And then we have these lovely jokes. You saw the cover drawing in color. And to give you hope, I am 82 and a half, and my artist is almost a decade older, 91 and a half. And this is a typical drawing of his inside. And this is a Christmas elephant, a no elephant. And speaking of animals, how do cats greet themselves at Christmas time? Have a furry meowy Christmas. How do dogs greet themselves? Yappy holidays. And my favorite is how sheep greet each other at Christmas. Seasons bleedings and fleece Navidad, fleece on earth, good wool to men. Gives you a little sense of the book. By the way, I do want to point out right now, transparently, this is not a children's book, not because of any issues of taste, there aren't any, but just issues of level of the wordplay. And I'm not in the business of frustrating children. So don't, unless you're going to very carefully work with the child, you wouldn't want to buy this book for the child. So where does Christmas come before Thanksgiving? In the dictionary. If athletes get athlete's foot, what do astronauts get? Mistletoe, one of my favorites, and it goes way back. What international disasters could happen if you dropped the Christmas bird? Well, it would be the downfall of Turkey, the breakup of China, and the overflow of Greece. Just to give you a little sense of things there, I think I may have one or two more. Of course, this is just a small portion of the jokes and riddles in the book. If Christmas and Hanukkah were combined, what song would be sung? Oy vey Maria, oy vey Maria. Did you hear about the dyslexic devil worshiper? He sold his soul to Santa. Well, we'll have some more stuff later.
We have a lot. Yep, got time to do all that there. All that. The Greece, the Hungary and the Turkey.
Yeah.
Greece reminds me of the time I was going too fast in the kitchen. I was rushing in the kitchen.
Ah, true.
And until I was finished. But anyway. So now we have some carols. Time for some carols. We got some carols and lots of songs, all interspersed to this concert tonight. And
right.
First we're going to have you guess what the Christmas carol is through the use of what we call a pompous title, right, Rich?
Yes, this goes from pompous proverbs, where you just take something and then you make it pompous. So when I was a boy and dinosaurs roamed the earth, really got in the way of my tennis when they'd step on the court, we would sing, propel, propel, propel your craft placidly down the liquid solution. Ecstatically, 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 existence is but a delusion. And that was, of course, the row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, etc. And in the book, and for this concert, in concert, Bill and I will exploit some of these titles. So if you look at exuberation to this terrestrial sphere, what might that be in real life language?
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room. And heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing.
Very
How about
nice.
that one? How about the next one? Oh, miniature Nazarene village.
Yes, here we go.
Town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie above thy deep and dreamless sleep. The silent stars go by. All right, and then we'll have more of those as we go on. But tell us some quotes, some Christmas quotes there.
Yes, ho, 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 Christmas quotes. And I've collected a number from celebrities that are very clever. You're going to get about maybe 20% of them here. And the first one you see there is Shirley Temple, again, very well caricatured by Jim McLean, my nonagenarian artist, and Santa Claus. And Shirley Temple wrote, I stopped believing in Santa Claus when I was 6. Mummy took me to see him at the department store, and I sat on his lap, and he asked me for my autograph, which you see Santa doing there. Johnny Carson, mail your packages early so the post office can lose them in time for Christmas. Rodney Dangerfield, I get no respect. In my Christmas stocking, I got an odor eater, and also I got a present. And it was a battery with a label said toy not included. Somebody wrote, Christmas, the only time of year when you sit in front of a dead tree eating candy out of a sock. Well, here's one full of wisdom. Maya Angelou, the great African-American writer, poet, everything. You can tell a lot about a person by the way they handle three things: a rainy day, lost luggage, and tangled Christmas lights. And now for
That,
all of us,
that's one
but
of my favorites.
especially the double X chromosomes here, from Dandy, Daler, no, Daly, McCall. What if it had been three wise women instead of three wise men? Well, they would have asked directions, arrived on time, helped deliver the baby, cleaned the stable, made a casserole, brought practical gifts, and there would be peace on earth.
I know about the tingled Christmas-like ones. That's for sure. That's for sure. It brings out the worst in us.
Well, not in you, though. You're so patient. I
Uh,
doubt it. You're pretty calm in adversity.
you haven't seen me with tingled Christmas lights.
No.
The Christmas lights are ornamental into the way that we actually are instrumental into the way that we decorate. Oh, right. Enough of that. So, true meanings of Christmas. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, the true meanings of Christmas, that is the etymology. The word etymology comes from two Greek roots that mean a study of the true origins. And you see Santa Claus there. Well, let's start with Christmas itself. It comes from the Old English Christus Masse, which means the festival mass of Christ. And Christmas is the mass of Christ, but you see how the vowels in both parts have been flattened, or what we call elided in the linguistics business, as in it's not Christ mass, it's Christmas. So the shepherds, they're not sheep herds or herders, it's shepherd. When you get your first meal of the day and break the fast, we don't say break fast, we say breakfast. And another very important one here is that we don't talk about the Christmas holy day, it's a holiday, because the O has been flattened, and now a holiday can be, the 4th of July, Independence Day, Labor Day, and that's what happens in language. The meaning often gets broadened. What you're seeing here is a picture of Saint Nicholas, or Niklaus, who was a very important Dutch saint, Saint Niklaus, Dutch. And when the Dutch lost control of New Amsterdam, it became anglicized into Santa Claus. Related is Kris Kringle. Well, who was that? Christopher Kringle or what? And the answer is, in the Pennsylvania Dutch country, the tradition was that before the ascendance of Santa Claus, it was the Christ child himself who left the gifts under the tree. A little bit of a reversal of the scene with the stable and the manger. And they called the Christ child Christ Kinkle, and ultimately that became Kris Kringle. So that's originally from the Christ child. The solstice, the darkest time of year I talked about, where the sun is farthest from the equator and then pauses, seems to stand still, and then come back toward the equator, and our days get longer. They don't, of course, it's only the sunlight that does. And indeed, from two Latin roots, sol meaning sun, and sistera, to stand still. So it's the sun that appears to be standing still. And let's go now to the flower here, the next one, the poinsettia. One of the most misspelled flower names, or any word in the English language. It's not poinsettia, although the leaves do have points. It's not poinsettia or poinsettia. There are at least three ways to misspell this. The name of the flower comes from our first American ambassador to Mexico, Joel Roberts Poinsett, no T in the middle. By the way, San Diego connections, and that's where I live. And he discovered the Flor de la Noche Buena, of the beautiful night, brought this back with, the very vivid color. It became very popular in the United States, and he became an eponym. That is, the flower is named after him, Joel Roberts Poinsett. So that is the story there. We'll move on, and I'll save the partridge in the pear tree till later. Okay, so Bill, you'll sing the answer. What Christmas carol is conveyed by these letters?
And the letters are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And again, I think you all got this.
Did you,
Oh,
folks out there?
Noel, 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 Noel. Born is the King of Israel.
And you see, there is no L in that, right?
Gotta get the L out of there.
You gotta, right. Or take the L. We had the L, and it was the elevated in my time. Reinventing Christmas. 3 wise men who reinvented Christmas. The first was Clement Clarke Moore, Clarke with an E at the end of it, the middle name. They're called trinomials, and back then in the 19th century, a lot of people had them. Arthur Conan Doyle, you can imagine, list after list after list. In 1822, the Reverend Clement Clarke Moore, a literature professor in a theological seminary in New York City, wrote for his children what many consider to be the best known poem in the English language, at least the best known poem created by an American. It was called A Visit from St. Nicholas. Now we know it as The Night Before Christmas from the first line. And it very much influenced the iconography of Santa Claus. His plump and jolly white-bearded look, his means of transportation, the names of his reindeer, and the tradition of his delivering toys to boys and girls all around the world on Christmas Eve. And on the night before Christmas, that night before Christmas, many parents read this poem to their children. And of course, I have that poem in the book. I'm not going to read it here because so many of you, probably all of you, know it. But in that book, Santa is a jolly old elf, quote unquote, and 8 miniature reindeers, 8 tiny reindeers. They're all small. So later in the 19th century, this fellow, Thomas Nast, N-A-S-T, another New Yorker, extremely influential political cartoonist who actually, and if you want this, I can send you the details. I'm not going to go into them here because we're focusing on Christmas, but he is responsible for the iconography of the donkey for the Democratic Party and the elephant for the Republican Party. But he also made Santa much larger, and you can see a pretty familiar looking face there, the beard, the red suit, the black belt, the location in the North Pole, and all of that was Thomas Nast's doing. And then the third wise man, a fellow you may have heard of, Charles Dickens. So there we go. Probably the most successful writer in English ever. A greater proportion of literate English speakers read his work than anybody before or after. Oh, good. I see my friend Jerry Freiberg from Pittsburgh, and terrific dancer, Jerry. Good to see you at any rate. Hey, and the third, as I say, is Dickens. And in 6 frenetic weeks, he produced A Christmas Carol, which gave us a number of things that we take for granted now. He really emphasized the good heart, helping the poor. Boxing Day, incidentally, which comes after Christmas, so it's what, the second day of Christmas, I guess, is not people punching each other in the face to cause brain damage, but to the rich in London or in England would box up gifts for the poor. So he introduced the white Christmas idea, and of course Scrooge, in the thought bubble to the left. So anybody who's miserly and penny pinching is called a Scrooge, so he gave us that. He was so good with names. But also, we say Merry Christmas because of Charles Dickens. I'm not kidding. You'll recall the end of The Night Before Christmas, A Visit from St. Nicholas ends, and I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. And many people still say Happy Christmas in England, but in the US, we almost all say America. We say, Merry Christmas. And the reason why is that in the first chapter, Ebenezer Scrooge visits his nephew, Bob Cratchit, and what has happened is Bob Cratchit has wished Scrooge a Merry Christmas, and Scrooge fires back, Merry Christmas, what right have you to be merry? Every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart. Well, after that episode, Merry Christmas lodged in readers' minds and hearts. So my point is, without Charles Dickens' slim stack of originally messy manuscript, A Christmas Carol, Christmas today might still be a relatively minor holiday, which it was up till then in England, with no carolers and no large family gatherings for turkey dinners.
That's right. And back to the sheep jokes there. What do you call a grumpy? What does a grumpy sheep say for a greeting at Christmas?
Humbug.
Humbug.
Yeah. Well, a grumpy sheep with a cicada or whatever landing on its back. Bah humbug. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Right.
That's the other one when you cross the sheep with an insect. Oh, the cicada. It's the bah humbug.
Etymology and entomology. Absolutely.
All right. So
there, at any rate, and actually, Jennifer, I don't know, but on my screen, the bottom is cut off. I don't know if it's on your screen. If it's not a problem. So under verbivore.com, you can see the next line. I think that's been the case, just, to be helpful. But at any rate, still time to shop for Christmas. In the case of you all who are not local, it's about a week or a little bit more. So if you were going to order, you might want to order soon, or you could order directly from Amazon. And of course, there it's to you in a day or two. But if you want it signed and inscribed by me, they're $13, which is what Amazon charges. And you can do it through my website, which you see there, or my email, verbivore.com. Richard H. Lederer at gmail.com. And order PayPal either way that way. And a little later, why don't I do it now, Bill, if you don't mind, really low tech, or you can send a check, but it's a little bit late for that, to, I hate this when it's reversed, 10034, there it is, Mesa Madera Drive, San Diego, California, 92131. I'm happy to mail them for you, to sign it to Uncle Horace, Billy, Sally, as long as those children are not under 12, and just happy to add some brightness to your lives.
And I'll send a follow-up email to everybody that's on everybody's email.
Yeah, include my address if you can.
You put the address there, and all that. And for anybody that does have an Uncle Horace.
No, even if they don't, they can still order. And indicate inscriptions, and I will write them. An author adores to inscribe and sign, because it's the recipient likes that, and B, the recipient can't give it away to someone else. We know that as authors.
What does this mean? The dozen 24-hour intervals of Yuletide.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. And we all know that one, but we don't know the cat's 12 Days of Christmas. Do you want me to do this one, Rich, that you could do?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. The cat's 12 Days of Christmas, also found in the Treasury of Christmas Humor. On the 12th day of Christmas, my human gave to me 12 bags of catnip, 11 cans of tuna, 10 ornaments hanging, 9 wads of Kleenex, 8 pillow beds, 7 litter boxes, 6 rising ramps, 5 scratching posts, 4 cat climbers, 3 cutesy toys, 2 fuzzy mice, and a hamster in a plastic ball. All right, let's get going with a little bit more music here.
Well, that's for all you Ilurophiles, which is a fancy Greek-based word for cat lovers. And a little bit later, we're going to have something for you caninophiles, as you will see.
All 9 of you caninophiles. So we've had Christmas carols, and most of the, of course, the religious carols we start out with about Christmas and from the church setting, and Cat's 12 Days, or the 12 Days of Christmas isn't so much that, but it's more of of the gift giving and secular. And then I want to talk now about some other type of songs, Christmas songs, but they're not the carols. These are the nostalgia songs and the novelty songs. And you know, one thing about Christmas nostalgia is, boy, it just isn't what it used to be. But around the time of World War II, during World War II and after World War II, there was a lot of feeling of Christmas nostalgia, particularly for people that were overseas and couldn't be home at Christmas time, couldn't be home at all very much, so they'd think about home more at Christmas time, and that made some songs pretty popular when they when they were recorded and released, like in 1942 when this one came out. I'm experiencing a soporific vision of an alabaster nativity celebration.
What could that be?
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells on the snow. Yes, Bing Crosby doing that, written by Irving Berlin. A lot of feeling of nostalgia and a little bit of melancholy in that. And then also some in this, so the same kind of feeling in this one just a couple years later, called the Christmas song, but also known as, well, castanea seeds incandescing in an uncovered conflagration. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Boy, and that reminds me of that Netflix series now. Not yet for that one, but it reminds me of the Netflix series that we're starting to listen to.
The Queen's Gambit, yes.
Gambit, awesome. Because it's taking place with tournaments, chess tournaments, and they're in the hotels, and there's a lot of chestnuts posting in an open foyer.
That's right.
All right. So then there's a...
By the way, that's in the book too, just so you know.
Yeah. You got it all in the book. That's right. Because all my books I steal from you.
It's not called stealing, it's called research.
Research. I research them from you. And then we have this one there, which we don't have the funny title for, but "I'll Be Home for Christmas" was certainly another one of melancholy, and that was sung and listened to by everybody who couldn't go home for Christmas in 1943. But you know, I think it's got a new meaning now and really close to a lot of people's hearts, because not everybody can get home for Christmas or get with family, but because of what's going on. So let me just sing you a little bit for that, and a little current words here. I'll be home for Christmas, you can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and an FDA-approved vaccine. Christmas Eve will find me where my computer gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only on my screen. So that gives
Bill, that's just what we're going to be doing with our family. My son, who lives in Las Vegas, who usually hosts the Christmas, he'll be doing it by Zoom. Did you know that the narrator of that song is an abacus?
How's that?
I say the narrator is an abacus. It says, "You can count on
Count on
me."
me. That's it. Yep, yep. Very good.
Just wondered. Oh, you did know that. Okay. You figured it out, right?
Yep. So then, those are the nostalgia songs that came out around the 30s, late 30s and the 40s, or definitely around the time of the war. A lot of that, and then started to come in some songs that did a little satire, and poked fun at Christmas, particularly poking fun at the growing commercialism of Christmas and the getting of gifts, and songs about gifts, and songs about being too commercial. So they just go on and on. And if I did another show, I was saying at the beginning of this, if I had time and developed it, I'd like to do one show every day, different show every night for Christmas time, and do all the novelty songs that are written. And I still wouldn't have enough time because they're pretty funny. And I'm going to do several of them later on. But here's the first. What some people say is that, like the first novelty song that came out in 1949 by a Swedish guy named Jorge Jorgensen, and I'll do the best I can with him. I just go nuts at Christmas on that jolly holiday. I'll go in the red like a knucklehead, 'cause I squander all of my pay. I just go nuts at Christmas, shopping sure gives me berserk. On the day before I rush in the store like a pure bewildered yerk. I look at nightgowns for my wife, those black ones trimmed in red. But I won't know her size, so she'll get a carpet sweeper instead. I just go nuts at Christmas when each kid hangs up a sock. It's time for kids to flip their lids while their papa goes in hock. Yes, songs about gifts and too much gifts, and it all comes together around this figure too, right? The modern commercial.
Yes, of course. What does Santa do with his 3 gardens? Ho, ho, ho. And what do we have? The 5 stages of life? Oh, I see.
But you gotta do
Yeah, you see the elves, they like they learn the alphabet, and they sing, oh boy, on this one. Bill, do you remember what they sing on this one? The elves, it'll be I can't remember.
The alphabet song.
Oh, they do the alphabet song. Sorry. Yep, there they are.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they did rap music too. Is what they sang rap music.
Oh yeah, rap music. That's right. Way to go. And then the next one is when Santa's in the sled and it's freezing cold. The snow, the icicles build on his beers. Real chinchillas, those. 5 stages in a man's life, or of a man's life, that are within the rubric of Christmas. Stage number 1, he believes in Christmas. Stage number 2, he doesn't believe in Christmas.
And Santa Claus.
Oh my God. Stage no.
Which stage are you in, Rich?
I'm not sure. There's something clever. He believes in Santa Claus. Number 2, I wrote this too. He doesn't believe in Santa Claus. 3, he dresses up to look like Santa Claus. 4, this is where I am when my beard grows out. He looks like Santa Claus. And 5, he believes he's Santa Claus. And folks out there, any of this stuff you want, whether you buy the book or not, you like something from the book. If you email me and you're specific, gee, I'd like the etymology, I'd like that opening on the story of Christmas, you will get it from me within a day or possibly less, or maybe 2 days at the most. Richard H. Lederer at gmail.com, including this.
And so Santa has his own Christmas song in the Bill Shipper repertoire too. I've got my one Christmas novelty song that I wrote about 12 years ago during the economic crisis of 2008, when economy was collapsing and everybody was, all the big banks were getting bailouts, all the big companies were getting bailouts, but Santa, poor Santa, he's the one who really needed the bailout, and I think maybe it's still the case these days. Santa needs a bailout for Christmas. It's hard to believe, but it's true. He lost his cash when the market crashed and his bills are overdue. North Pole costs keep going up, 'cause those elves need health care too. Think of all the feed the reindeer need with prices gone through the roof. You heard about global warming, those sleds don't slide no more. Since permafrost is all but lost, Santa had to buy a gas hog and 4x4. Santa needs a bailout for Christmas. Couple of billion will do. Those Wall Street boys got to keep their toys. Why can't Santa get a handout too? Well, Santa needs a bailout for Christmas. Hard to believe, but it's true. Won't someone pay his mortgage, if only for a month or two? There will be no raise for Rudolph, no bonus for Comet or Vixen, no catered Christmas party for Dasher or Dancer, and BYOB for Blitzen. But children, do not worry. You know Santa always comes through fine. And it's not what you get that matters most, 'cause love never needs a credit line. But Santa needs a bailout for Christmas. A couple of billion will do. Those Wall Street boys got to keep their toys. Why can't Santa get a handout too? Santa needs a bailout for Christmas, just like me and you.
And you look at that cartoon, Bill. Oh, could you go back to the cartoon for a minute? What happens to Santa when he gets stuck in the chimney? And the answer is he gets Santa claustrophobia. And I guess a touch of the flu with a little E added there. Okay, onward and upward.
And he gets his Santa, he gets soot on his Santa suit. All right. So and you can get...
No, and he gets soot on the Santa suit, and then his wife has to wash it in Yuletide.
Oh, Yuletide. That's it. So you can get Bill Shipper music for Christmas, for your Christmas presents, autographed also, and I will send that to you by Christmas time. $25 is the special for all 3 CDs, and that normally for $45, so with free shipping on that. And you can also go to billshipper.com and watch the Santa video and all sorts of funny videos there. Now let's get back to some more music. I think the next one we got there is another one. You have to guess what this is about. This is 1948, when we started to have songs, novelty songs about what we want for Christmas. And you know what this one is? My sole desire for the Yuletide is receipt of twin incisors.
Bet you get it, folks.
All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth, my 2 front teeth, my 2 front teeth. Ah, gee, if I could only have my 2 front teeth, then I could whistle Merry Christmas. Spike Jones put that out there. Very funny Christmas songs and other songs there. 1948, and then we have one of my favorites right here, which is what I really want for Christmas. I keep asking for it every year, and I don't get it. But maybe this year it'll be the year. Oh, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. I don't want no doll, no dinker toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus will mind, do you? He won't have to use the dirty chimney flue. Just bring him through the front door, that's the easiest thing to do. I can see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. What joy, what surprise when I open up my eyes and find a hippo hero standing there. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. I don't like no crocodiles, no rhinoceroses. I only like hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too. Mom says the hippo would eat me up, but then teacher says the hippo is a vegetarian. There's lots of room for him in our two-car garage. I'd feed him there and wash him there and give him his massage. Ooh, I can see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. Oh, what joy, what surprise when I open up my eyes and find a hippo hero standing there. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. No crocodiles, no rhinoceroses. I only like hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too. Oh, I hope I get one in my stocking. Well, it's kind of big for the stocking, but maybe we'll see. Maybe see.
Hippo, hippo, hooray!
Hippo ray. But the truth is, I'm probably getting nothing for Christmas. I broke my I broke my bat on Johnny's head. Somebody snitched on me. I hid my frog in sister's bed. Somebody snitched on me. I spilled ink on mommy's rug. I made Tommy eat a bug. Bought some gum with a penny slug. Somebody snitched on me. Oh, I'm getting nothing for Christmas. Mommy and Daddy are mad. I'm getting nothing for Christmas, 'cause I ain't been nothing but bad. I won't be seeing Santa Claus. Somebody snitched on me. He won't come visit me because somebody snitched on me. Next year I'll be going straight. Next year I'll be good. Just wait. I'd start now, but it's too late. Somebody snitched on me. Oh, I'm getting nothing for Christmas. Mommy and Daddy are mad. I'm getting nothing for Christmas, 'cause I ain't been nothing but bad. So you better be good whatever you do, 'cause if you're bad, I'm warning you, you'll get nothing for Christmas. Nothing for Christmas. That was 1955. I forgot to tell you about the hippopotamus song, 1953. So the 50s were filled with a lot of stuff about getting things for Christmas. Well, let's take a break. Let's go back to you, Rich, now.
Sure.
What are you going to get for Christmas? What are you going to get your dog for Christmas?
Well, the Night Before Christmas is a running theme in the book. And not only is it the most popular poem written by an American in the world, even though it's seasonal, but it is the most parodied poem. And the definition of parody is simply taking somebody's style in a literary work, a poem, an essay, a novel, or whatever, and redoing it to be humorous. And there are probably more than 1,000 parodies of The Night Before Christmas. So this is one of them that I have in the book, and this is one that I made up, A Dog's Night Before Christmas. Again, the superb Jim McLean drawing. Inspired, of course, and thank you to Clement Clark Moore. It was the night before Christmas when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. My dogs, they were nestled all snug in their beds, with visions of chewy toys, wild visions of chewy toys, danced in their heads. And you see the picture there, the illustration. When up on the roof there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter, and what to my wondering eyes should appear but a toy-laden sleigh with 8 mighty reindeer. With a jolly old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. With a flutter of ashes and flurry of soot, he slid down the chimney with all of his loot. My precious dogs stood there, so regal and proud, guarding our home with their barks oh so loud. Santa Paws showed no fear, and he called them by name. He knew in his heart they were gentle and tame. He brought out his list, began checking it twice. Quote, my beauties, I see that all year you've been nice. I have in my bag many toys and much more. Please tell me, you puppies, what you're longing for. My dogs talked to each other, much to my surprise, and then turned to Santa with tears in their eyes. We have chewies and balls and ropes to be tugged. We are pampered and coddled and petted and hugged. But for Christmas, dear Santa, we have but one care, that all dogs be loved just as much as we are. We want no dog beaten, no dog starved or chained. We want no dog abused or abandoned or maimed. We want that all dogs, no matter what size, see true love reflected in their master's eyes. Then Santa Paws paused to gather his wits. Quote, I cannot stop humans from being such twits. Each dog so devoted and is such a treasure. They just want to be loved and to give humans pleasure. This is a bright lesson that I'll try to teach, and maybe your wish will be within my reach. Santa Paws then turned to me, his face wet with tears. Be proud of your puppies. They all are such dears. He planted a kiss on each beautiful head. Now you gentle giants, go right off to bed. Think only good thoughts and dream only good dreams of running and playing and jumping in streams. And then Santa Paws disappeared in a poof, and I heard him laugh loudly up there on the roof. He jumped in his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and off he then flew like the down on a thistle. And I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Yappy holidays, holidays to all, and to dogs a good life. Arf, arf, ruff.
Excellent, excellent. My puppy was listening there. Yeah, he heard it. All right, another wonderful song from Rich's book. So speaking of parodies, because that was a parody. This is one of the most parodied songs for novelty songs, and that's Jingle Bells. And I just love these parody Jingle Bells. So for the next 3 hours, I'm gonna do you Jingle Bells parodies. Well, it won't be that long, but here,
it will seem that long.
Yeah. Let's do Jingle Bells first. And let's get the right key. Make sure we have the right key first on the harmonica, and then we'll do the Jingle Bells, just in case I want to do that with it. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed her lot. We got into a drifted bank and we got upsot. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Hey, oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. I hope you're singing along at home on the mute there, because timing just does not work. But you know, there's not a lot of snow to sled around here down in the south in Memphis, Tennessee, but I did grow up in the North Country, and I think anybody that's been up there will remember that, knows what kind of snow you get. Well, you shovel off the sidewalk, you shovel off your car. You don't care where you're going, as long as it is far. You won't believe as ice and snow, you're ready for the drive. When the city snowplow comes along and buries you alive. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to freeze your feet off every day. Hey, jingle bells, they have got to go. They're okay if you're a penguin or an Eskimo. I've got an old tomcat, and Santa is his name. I keep him nice and fat, but he hates me just the same. He got at me today with those needles in his paws, and now I'm wearing bandages on account of Santa's claws. Oh, jangle bells, oh what misery. Don't you jumble dobbin if you're coming after me. Oh, jangle bells, jangle all the way. You can keep your open shay, I'll keep my Chevrolet. Yeah, I used to drive a big old Chevrolet through that snow, I assure you that. Dashing through the snow in my rusty Chevrolet. Down the road I go, sliding all the way. I need some new piston rings, I need some new snow tires. My car is held together by duct tape and chicken wire. Oh, rust and smoke, the heater's broke, the door just blew away. I light a match to see the dash, and then I start to pray. Hey, the frame is bent, the muffler went, the radio, that's okay. Oh, what fun it is to ride this rusty Chevrolet. Slipping down the street on an old banana peel. Could not stay on my feet, they were slicker than an eel. My feet flew in the air, and I let out a yell. I landed on my pocketbook, and I broke my jangle bell. Oh, jingle bells, ringing in my head. Oh, what fun it is to slip and slither in a sled. Oh, jangle bells, like the wise man said. Be careful where you slide, or you'll spend Christmas Day in bed. Those are all sorts of parodies from the Diupers, from Homer and Jethro, from other comedy people. And here's the actual third verse, and then we'll wind it down. Now the ground is white, go it while you're young. Take the girls tonight, sing the sleighing song. Get a bobtail bay, 240 at his speed. Hitch him to an open chalet and crack you take the lead. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, a jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. I'm glad I remembered the harmonica right at the end for that there, just to get the harmonics in. So I think we're winding down the program. Just got a few minutes late. We're going to go a little bit longer because we started a few minutes late. And we've got some carols and some good feeling songs. And I want to just say, before we part, thank you all for joining in and for being here and listening to us and helping us celebrate this wonderful holiday of Christmas with us all, with you all. And I appreciate that. A big thanks to Richard Lederer for coming in and zooming in. For big thanks for Mrs. Shipper for running the slides.
Absolutely.
Yes. We've got a couple more carols to guess now. Let's see what you guess this one. O locomote hitherward, all you steadfast. O come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. O come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. And then, those are my favorite.
Vigilant herdsmen nocturnally observe their pastoral woolies. And I do want to point out, these are all in the book, compacted into a really wonderful quiz toward the end.
Mm-hmm. See how you can do on them. How'd you do on this one? While by my sheep I watched at night, glad tidings brought an angel bright. How great my joy, great my joy. Fooled you, Mrs. Shipper. I just singing more than it's on the slide. Joy, joy, joy. Okay, that's that. Wow, about my sheep. So, all right, this is another one. Boy, I don't have the year for this. I know I do. No, I'm not remembering the year for the Blue Christmas. But Blue Christmas was definitely Elvis recorded that and a lot of other people. So I'm gonna sing this to you. Here's my little Christmas bluesy for you all. I'll have a Christmas without you. I'll be so blue thinking about you. Decorations of red and a green Christmas tree won't mean a thing, dear, if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. And when those blue heartaches start hurting, you'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white. But I have a blue Christmas. A Christmas without you. I'll be so blue thinking about you. A decoration of red on a green Christmas tree won't mean a thing, dear, if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. And when that blue heartache start hurting, you'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white. But I have a blue Christmas. Maybe about Christmas time I'll get the lyrics lined up with what's on the slide. All right, thank you so much for being here. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Another nostalgia song, 1944. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Grateful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. All right, and that's our show for tonight. That's the Dances with Words Christmas show.
Merry Christmas, everybody. And a happy, happy new year may have special meaning at this time in our lives.
Mhm.